Do you know what blasphemy means? Hey, I'm Ben. I'm a huge fly fisherman, and today I'm going to talk about barbs on hooks and why they are okay sometimes. First, let's get back to basics. What is a barb? It's the backwards pointing sharp thing on the end of a hook that keeps it stuck in the fish's mouth. Well, if a barb helps you catch fish, why would we ever fish barbless hooks? Catch and release fishing. That's why. If you want to catch a fish but not necessarily kill it, you are a cruel, heartless monster. And using a barbless hook makes it easier to remove the hook from a fish and causes less damage to said fish's body parts. Basically, if you want the fish to live, a barbless hook increases the chances of that happening. But it's not just the fish we're worried about. Out of all the hooks that I've pulled out of men, women, children, dogs, and myself, the hooks with no barbs on them were much easier to deal with and resulted in fewer tears and not as much colorful language. So it's not just about the fish. Well, if barbless hooks are so practical, then why would I ever use a barbed hook? There are two main reasons. One is that I'm too lazy or forgetful to smash the barb on my little dry fly. The other is that a barb will increase my chances of landing a fish that I hook, and if that might result in a little damage to the fish or to myself, I'm okay with that. And now that I think about it, I probably land fish more quickly with a barb because I'm not worried about the hook falling out, so I really put the wood to them. That's better for the fish. But you have to use some discretion. You definitely don't need a barb all the time. Do I want a barb if I'm catching 6-inch brook trout? No way. I don't care if they wiggle off, I'll catch 20 more. It's not just little fish though. If I'm confident I can fight a larger fish and keep tension on the line the entire time, I don't need a barb to land a big fish. So when do I fish barbs? Jumpy fish with tough mouths. Bass, for instance. Bass jump to try to throw the hook, and they're really good at it. A barb will keep that fly hooked while the fish is doing its little dance in the air and shaking its head around. Also, do you know what bass eat? Pokey things like crawdads and bluegills. Bass mouths are tough. A barb is not going to hurt them. What about tarpon? Are there any tarpon guides out there fishing barbless hooks? If so, their career isn't gonna last very long when all their fish keep falling off the hook. Esox, stripers, bowfin, anglers fishing for these fish are using barbs. Jacks, redfish, bonefish, same thing. How many saltwater anglers are smashing their barbs? Probably a few, but no one I know. Like most things in fly fishing, the answer to the question, should I pinch my barbs, is it depends. I am not telling you that you should fish triple barbed flies all the time, or that you should go fully barbless. There is a time and place for everything. Fishing barbed hooks can absolutely harm or kill a fish unintentionally, and it sucks when that happens. But you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself how much you care about the fish. If you really cared, you wouldn't be trying to put a hook in their face in the first place. It's a bit of a conundrum. I get it. I love these dumb little animals and I want to be nice to them, but I also want to stab them and rip them away from their homes. Man, fishing is weird. The point of this video isn't to make you go out and mutilate fish. It's to get you thinking about what you're really doing out there. I've heard arguments in favor of barbless hooks hundreds of times, but I don't think I've ever heard someone talk about why barbs are good or when you should use them. That's why my fly fishing videos are the best. That's it. That's gonna wrap it up. Thank you as always for watching another one of my huge fly fisherman videos. I'll be back as soon as I can with another video about fly fishing for you. Until then, if you know a way to unpinch barbs, I'd love to hear it, and stay huge. I'm pretty sure I just did a blaspheme, and it felt pretty good.